whatever. I'm built unique, I'm better than the hard times I've seen. Crime scene, obscene, face the ugly, cover up like Maybelline. Had a certainty and urgency, cut from me like surgery. Formed again, most certainly. Personally, I don't see nobody stopping me. I don't see nobody topping me. I don't see nobody honestly. I'll run you over if that's what it's gotta be. And it's gotta be what I look like, having fear still haunt me. What I look like, having regret haunt me. Pay that price, I don't care what it costs me. All my life, big win gets on me. I'ma push the red button on them like Atari. I'm big dog with a human like a Maltese. See more fall off the 03 tall tees. Not sorry for the way I am. Learn the ball and with no one holding your hand. Never back down, never hide in the sand. If you ain't hear the message, let me say it again. Yo, let me say it again. I survived. I survived. I survived. I survived.
Welcome into tonight's broadcast of the Donut Box Xfinity Series. We've got week 1 of the season kicking off tonight. We've got the Darin Mayo Memorial 275. So before we begin the festivities, I would just like to mention that we're doing this race in honor of David Mayo's brother, Darin. David's a longtime person I've known in iRacing and a longtime member of the Donut Box Racing Leagues. His brother passed away last night. David said that Darin was a great person and his best friend. And if you have a sibling, give him a call or text, because you never know when it'll be the last one. So we're putting this show on in honor of his brother tonight. And we would just like to thank everybody for being here. This is week 1. If we take a look here, we're going to be at Daytona International Speedway. We've got 110 laps lined up for tonight. Stages are going to be at 25 and 60 laps. And as you guys know, if you tuned in last week for the preseason race, fixed setup, 1 faster pair, 4 sets of tires. If we look at last week's race, that was in Kentucky Speedway for the preseason shootout. There's your results for that race. Cody Moore took the win there. As we go back live, we've got about 6 minutes left in practice here. We have got a 20-car group already in the session, hopefully more to come. And everybody's looking to put on a show tonight. So let's go ahead and talk to a few folks as we wrap down practice here and get ready for qualifying. Hey Cody, it's Jesse in the booth. You got me? Cody might not be available. That is okay. Let's see who else we can bring up. We'll go ahead and talk to Mr. Franklin Warner, see if he is available. Hey Frank, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
We sure do, Jesse. How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. We've got about 5 minutes left to go here in practice. You're a fairly seasoned super speedway racer. You always seem to qualify well. You looking to put on a show tonight with the rest of your Storm teammates?
Jesse, we've got these new look on these cars. I'm excited for this. As you do know, I usually do qualify well. Last couple times I haven't done so well, but we're gonna go out here and we're gonna rip this as best we can tonight.
You mean I have to stop calling you Frank Bill Elliott Warner?
Not yet.
All right. I mean, I know you wear the number 9 for a reason, so hopefully you can get up on top like the number 9 used to do back in the day.
Absolutely.
Yep. Figure I'll send you back down, hang out with your team. Anything else you want to say here before this thing starts?
We just want to, say, hey, our hearts and prayers go out to Dave Mayo and his family, and we're thinking about your brother. and I'm happy that we were able to get this race name changed to them, and we're all going to be out here racing for him and his family tonight.
All right, man. Thank you.
Enjoy the.
Oops, I cut him off a little bit earlier there. Sorry, Frank. I think we'll go ahead and get one or two more people up in the booth. Let's talk to a newcomer for this season. He's sort of a newcomer when it comes to technicalities, but he's been around a while, so let's go ahead and see if he's available. Chris, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, how you doing, Jesse?
Good, man. So, for those who don't know, you were race control for all of Season 1 of Xfinity last year, and this season you're getting the chance to come out here on the track and put on a show for us. Are you excited?
I am. I'm ready to get going here. Looking forward to it. A lot of these guys were really clean last year when we did race control, and looking forward to racing with them and seeing if we can do something here.
Alrighty, man. I'm going to send you back down, have a chat with your team. Tell Warren I said hello. I miss him. He
Okay,
was fun
yep.
to race with for trucks.
Yeah, sounds good. He's stepped away for a few minutes, but as soon as he comes back, I will let him know. We're ready to go, man. We got a good team this year. We're going to see if we can stir things up here a little bit.
Alrighty. Do you have a pick for a winner tonight?
Hopefully me.
Hey, that's a better pick than any.
Hey, yeah. We're going to try anyway, buddy.
Alrighty. We'll catch you later.
All right. You have a good broadcast.
Yep. That was Christopher Bishop. He's going to be driving the number 42 car tonight. There he is, just hanging out. Him and Michael Poole did race control all of last season for this league. No live race control this year, but there's plenty of admins out there on the track that have the ability to throw cautions, clear black flags, and everything. And if there is anything in particular that a situation arises, that they'll take care of it after the race. We've got about a minute and 30 seconds left here in practice. I want to see if Cody has made it back for a quick word. Cody, it's Jesse in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, I pulled you up earlier and I don't think you were there, so go ahead and chat with you real
I've been here.
quick.
I honestly noticed it on stream because I'm listening into the stream, but I could not hear you until after I was already put back down because of the delay of the stream.
Oh no. Well, at least you can hear me this time. We've got about a minute left to go in practice. You won last week for the preseason shootout at Kentucky by, saving tires and having a good run there at the end. What are you looking forward to tonight?
I just want to survive this race, to be honest. I've never been a good super speedway guy. I think I only have one career super speedway win in any league that I've been in, and it was here for Xfinity Season 1, so I have that going for me. We are missing one of our teammates tonight, so that kind of sucks, puts us down a man. But yeah, I'm just excited to kick the season off. I wish it was under better circumstances. Thoughts and prayers out to the whole entire Mayo family. David, I appreciate you running this. I know if it were me, I would not be here tonight. But I appreciate your support to the league, and I hope that we can do a little bit of something to help with the memory of your brother.
Absolutely, man. We're all here for David. He's been a great racer around the league for a while now. But who's your pick to win tonight if you had to choose somebody? Who do you think's going to get it?
I don't think it's possible to choose. If I had to choose, I feel like it's gonna be someone out of left field. Just how donut box races have gone at Daytona. Usually it ends up, especially in the first race of the season, it's someone that you wouldn't expect manages to pull it out at the end. And I look for one of the super speedway guys to get it done. If Jordan was here, he'd be my pick. But without him being here, I'd love to see Ben Madden go get a win, or even one of the new rookies this year go and hit the series strong.
Absolutely. I talked to Christopher Bishop earlier, and he was excited to be on the track this year. So we're going to see what he can do in the car instead of watching us. So that's going to be fun.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
All righty. I'll go ahead and send you back down to your team here for qualifying, and I'll wish you luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
That was Cody Moore. He was your winner last week in the preseason shootout. Right now, qualifying just kicking off. We're watching Cam Patterson and that Red Bull number 38 car go around the track. Him and his teammate, Logan Physician, looking to have a good race tonight. Taking that first lap high up along the wall, building up as much speed as he can. I think this is his first lap of 2, so yep, he's going to keep it up by the wall. Try to build as much momentum as he can before he gets to a second lap, where he's most likely going to go down to the apron and try to put that car right on the yellow line and try to be the fastest out of everybody here. Again, we've got 20 cars lined up to race in this thing. You know, everybody in here can be a winner at Daytona. The main thing these drivers are going to be focusing on is just staying clean, trying to stay out of the wrecks if there are any. This league has been notoriously clean racing. We'll see if that can continue for Daytona. I'm not sure myself, but we'll be here to watch and find out together. As you see, Cam takes the car to the bottom of the track there. He sets our first time on the board with that first lap of 51.64. You'll see that second lap be a good bit quicker than that one. Again, with putting the car around the bottom of the track, that's the shortest way around. As these drivers are starting to put laps in. It's a much different qualifying than it is at any other track, because the times are going to be so close that it's going to be just about who can get that extra 100th of a second over the next guy. But if you look at our times, you can see that there's several people that you can tell with the times ran the outside for their first lap, and then there's several people that ran the inside their first lap. As Cam Patterson finishes his lap, that'll put him number 1 on the leaderboard, but not for long. His teammate Logan Physician immediately passes him. But again, it was only by 0.02 of a second. But when you come here to a plate track like this, those hundredths mean everything. Let's go ahead and see who else we've got out here. Bill Sleep's finishing up a lap. I don't know if that was his second lap. I'm assuming it was. He's about a 10th off of Logan's lap there. Which a 10th isn't a whole lot, but in this situation, he's dropping down the leaderboard quick. 62 there, Scott Ford Jr. He's already off the track. Nope, he's still right there. He's in second place right now. Only 1/100th off of Logan Physician's time. We're just going to keep the camera on exciting here and see who's going around track. Tony Osborne making his way around. I'm assuming that was his first lap because he's way down the leaderboard. He's 16th right now. They call him the family man, Tony Osborne. With his Virginia is for Lovers number 10 car. I probably said this last week. I'll say it again this week. It always reminds me of Johnny Benson. Just the white car with the number 10 on it. He's coming around now for his second lap. See what kind of time he can put on the board. He goes from a 51.097 to second on the leaderboard with a 50.768. If you look on the scoring tower there, he's 0.00 off of Logan Physician's time. Logan's time was a 50.767, and Tony's time was a 50.768. That is how close it is for the pole. Logan beat him by 1/1000th of a second. Chris Bishop's done with his lap. And it looks like Shane Fuller is going to be our last car to qualify. I believe he is the only car on track right now. So we'll just keep our eye on him. We've got 18 different cars that have qualified. And the whole entire field is within 0.2 of a second. Let's go ahead and have a chat with Logan, who's looking to be our pole sitter here. With about 3 minutes left to go in qualifying, we'll see if Shane can beat his time.
Roll back into line.
Logan, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
So right now, you're looking like you might be our pole sitter for the time being. Shane Fuller's still out on track. We'll see if he can beat the time. But do you know how tight the margin is?
Looking at my thing, it's about, oh my.
Yeah, you were 1/1000th faster than Tony Osborne's time, but that's all it takes here at Daytona.
Yeah.
We'll see if Shane Fuller can beat that time, but other than that, you'll be starting in pole. You feeling good tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. Plate tracks are always something that I'm run decent on. I got my teammate Cam Patterson. We're hoping to get linked up pretty early and just try and hold on the field, get some good stage points going, kick off the season the right way, and try to bring it home at the end and be there when it counts.
Alrighty, well, if Shane does manage to beat your time here on his second lap, this interview will be pretty ironic, but I wish you luck tonight because you'll be starting on the front row regardless, so good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you. That was Logan Physician right now sitting on our pole by 1/1000th of a second. Shane Fuller trying to play spoiler, though. The only car left out on track. Coming out of turn 4, we'll see if he can top the leaderboard. After that, we'll take a quick break before the cars grid up. Coming across the line. Slow lap there for Shane Fuller. In terms of Daytona qualifying, that lap will put him in 13th. Being that he was the last car to qualify, we'll go ahead and take a quick break and stick with us for the start of this thing. We'll watch the 35 car of David Mayo here take a lap in the front of the field or behind the pace car. Another of his brother Darin, who passed away last night. And we'll go ahead and have a moment of silence in memory. That lap was in honor of Darin Mayo, the brother of David Mayo. David, our thoughts are with you and your family at this time. And as these cars get ready to go green tonight, this race is in honor of him. Let's go ahead and run through your starting lineup tonight. Starting off on the pole, Logan Physician. On his outside is the 10 car of Tony Osborne, followed by the 62, Scott Ford Jr. See if we can get a good shot here. Starting P4 is the 38 car, Cam Patterson, followed by the number 2 of John McIntyre in 5th place. 6th place, you got Christopher Bishop in the 42, followed by the 98 of Warren Young. Those two are teammates. The 82 of Ben Madden, starting off P8, followed by Frank Warner P9. P10 belongs to Justin Bell. P11 goes to the 88 of Cody Moore. P12 is going to be the 04 there of Mark Pathurst, followed by the 57 of Shane Fuller. 23 of Tyler Smith will be rolling off 14th. David Mayo in 15th, followed by Bill Sleep in the 64 car in 16th. Jack Scoville in your number 15 car is going to be in 17th, followed by Christian Taylor in 18th place. Ryan Castleberry will be rolling off 19th, and 20th place tonight is going to be Jimmy McIntyre Jr. As we get back out up front, pace car is off, and we are getting ready for lap 1 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series season. Green flag is out here at Daytona. Logan Physician still your leader here. He's getting a good push from Scott Ford Jr. behind him. Most of the field double file right now. We'll see if these guys plan to race double file the whole time or not. Who is that there? That's John McIntyre. He's going to make a move up to the outside. He's going to become the leader of that outside lane, see if he can get a run going and get up front. We've made it through lap 1 without any incidents. Looks like we've got 18 people tuned in right now on the stream. Make sure to hit that like button, get the word out there. Scott Ford Jr. is going to drop out of the pack there. He's going to head towards the back. He said he's not worried about stage points tonight. He's just going to take it easy. We look back at our race info. Just a reminder, stages are going to be at 25 and 60 laps tonight. We've got 2 lines formed here. Looks like the top line's quickest right now, as that's going to make a new leader. John McIntyre is going to get the lap led here. He's going to come down in front of Logan position and lead that bottom lane. See if Tony Osborne and Cam Patterson are going to be the next ones to lead a lap on the top lane here. The top lane seems to be the quickest, but it seems like a lot of these drivers right now are thinking the bottom lane is safest this early on in the race. If there is to be a wreck, you got a lot more room to dodge. If you're on the bottom lane, you can go down into the grass and try to get around it. But if you're on that top lane, you just got to hope that they don't come up into you. 2 by 2 right now for about 5 cars back. Looks like Tony Osborne is going to be your leader that lap. We've completed 3 laps, and every single lap has had a different leader so far. Still clean racing going on right now. You see their 3rd car on the inside, Warren Young. He's a well-known name around Donut Box Racing Leagues. He's taken a break recently, but he is back for Season 2 of Xfinity. He's a very good racer. A lot of the field's still 2 by 2 here. That one was close across the line, but it looked like John McIntyre led the lap that time. Lots of good racing going on so far. No crazy moves or anything like that, but I'm betting the 10 and the 38 get a good run here, looking at that gap on the bottom lane, because they do come about even there. It looks like everybody's just being patient so far. It is a long race tonight, 110 laps. You know, the main goal is to survive. As you see Cam Patterson go down to the bottom lane there to tuck in the line. He's probably thinking around the same thing I just said. He'd rather just hang out and wait until, you know, the last couple laps of the stage to try to make a move to the front and just focus on conserving the car at this point. Your new leader on the top lane right now, Warren Young. He's going to see if he can get a shove up towards the front. Nothing crazy going on still this far. Still 2 by 2 racing. The bottom lane is definitely getting more formed up there as you see Franklin Warner go up to the top in that Storm Motorsports number 9 Toyota Supra. And you see Cam Patterson and Logan Physician both go to the high side. They are teammates. They're looking to get around the 2 of John McIntyre, and Logan Physician does lead that lap. First lap he's led since lap 1. You'll probably see Cam Patterson and Logan Physician go down here once they're clear of the 2, but they're not clear yet. I think there's more cars actually in the top line right now than there is the bottom. Things change so quickly around this track, it's hard to know what's exactly going on. Very clean racing from everybody though so far. You see the 04 and the 88 right there, 2nd and 3rd on the bottom lane. They were both qualifying somewhere outside of the top 10. They've made their way up here to the front of the pack. Things happen very quickly here. 1 second you can be leading and then get left out to dry, and you can be all the way in the back of the field. It's the same way you can come from the back of the field to front in a matter of a couple laps if you want to and you have the room to. John McIntyre still out front right now. He led that last lap by a hair. Very good racing so far by everybody. 8 laps in, 0 issues in the field. I'm sure you'll see it heat up, though, as we get closer and closer to that lap 20 stage break, because stage points count just like NASCAR stage points in this league. So if you win the stage, you get 10 points. If you finish second, you get 9, and so on and so forth. The bottom line's got a really good lead right now. John McIntyre, Mark Pathurst, Cody Moore right there, making that bottom line move. Cam Patterson, Logan Physician looking to do something on the top line, but they just really don't have as much help behind as they did previously. They've only got 2 cars behind them in Frank Warner and Warren Young, compared to that bottom line, who is probably about 10 cars or so. They've got a good group of 6 there all in line. On that bottom line, and second, third, and fourth on that bottom line, you've got all MDM drivers and Cody Moore, Shane Fuller, Justin Bell. As you see the top line making a sudden resurgence, John McIntyre moved up there in front of Logan Physician. Logan managed to push him out to the front. My top line went from having 4 cars to having about 7, so we'll see if they're able to regain the advantage over the bottom lane. They're neck and neck right now. There's a big gap there on the bottom lane from Cody Moore to Shane Fuller. Even farther of a gap between to Justin Bell. That could cause some trouble for the bottom lane, but it seems like the front 2 are pushing hard enough that it doesn't matter that much. Across the stripe, though, John McIntyre is going to lead it on that top lane. If you are watching me for the first time, I am by no means a professional broadcaster, but I do my best. Apologies for that awkward silence there. My wife brought me some food. Thank you, baby. Not much has changed. You still got the same drivers up front, and the lines are still side by side. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a lap or 2 here before the stage break. As these drivers come out of turn 4, yep, I was just about to say if we were going to begin to see some pit strategy there, as these cars are limited on fuel. They're not able to make it the full 20 laps without taking a splash. So you got to really focus on nailing your pit entries and exits to gain the most advantage here. Cody Moore going to lead him into pit road. He's going to probably have to back up. He does. He managed to slide too far left into his pit box. That's a huge mistake for Cody. We'll see how much time that leads to him losing on track as you see Justin Bell come out of pit road first. We look back at the 0-4. Mark Pathurst, he's your current leader. We'll see if he comes down into pit road this time and see how many cars follow him. He does elect to come down this time. I think that's the whole rest of the field. Everybody that didn't pit that first time comes down this time. Got some interesting pit road racing happening here with Chris Bishop and Logan Physician as they pull into their pit stalls. Race off of pit road for that group. Frank Warner leads them off. 32 car Ryan Castleberry is all by himself. He's the only car we have that hasn't pit yet. As we look back at Frank Warner lead his group off of pit road, we'll see if we see the other group of cars come around and catch back up to him. I believe Justin Bell will be leading that pack of 3 cars. They're making their way back around those who just pit. But it looks like after that pit cycle, your leader for now, once Ryan Castleberry takes her to pit road, is going to be Frank Warner. But that other group is coming fast. If Frank, Mark Pathurst, and Cam Patterson can get a good 3-car draft going here, they have the chance to be able to break away from the rest of the field behind them. But they aren't too far behind. If this group can get about 7-8 cars together and really start moving, they might be able to catch back up to the rest of the cars before the stage ends here. As we come around after this lap, it'll be lap 19. It looks to me right now that this group of cars, I'm not sure how big of an advantage they have. It looks to be only a couple seconds. I do apologize. It looks like Frank Warner is currently being scored a lap down along with Christian Taylor. I'm not quite sure what happened to them. Jack Scoville, Ben Madden are being shown 9 and 10 laps down. They must have had some trouble that didn't bring out a yellow flag. But scored your current leader, Ryan Castleberry. He must be pitting this time because, I mean, he's going to run out of fuel. There's no way he has enough fuel if everybody else came down pit road. Maybe he knows something the other ones don't, but I would expect him to come down pit road this time around. He's staying out. Maybe he does have enough fuel. Who knows? Don't look now, though. The other group has caught up. Sorry about that. The other group has caught up to Mark Parkhurst and Cam Patterson. Frank Warner there, a lap down. Then you got Justin Bell, Tony Osborne, Cody Moore. All MDM teammates. They're looking to find a way up to the front and get a stage win. Because this is the white flag for stage. Will the 32 car of Ryan Castleberry have enough fuel? Will he sneak a stage win and get those 10 bonus points by running it out of gas? It looks like he was able to. That should count as a stage 1 win there for Ryan Castleberry, and we go back to see who can finish up for the rest of the top 10 in the stage. Looks like it's going to be Mark Parkhurst, Cam Patterson, Justin Bell, Tony Osborne rounding out your top 5 for stage. Unless I have the stage wrong. I guess I should double check that. End of 25, end of 60. Oh, looks like we've got somebody going through the grass here. Let's go ahead and check on what that was. Looks like it involved the 88 of Cody Moore. He just comes up the track a little bit, coming out of the corner. Frank Warner comes down. They just meet in the middle there. Both cars should be okay. They do have one faster pair if they need to use it. Let's go ahead and rewind that. And go ahead and get an aerial angle from our blimp here. And we'll slow it down coming out of the corner. Yeah, Cody comes up a little bit out of line. Frank Warner's coming down. They just meet in the middle. Looks like Logan Physician's involved. John McIntyre gets sideways. Christopher Bishop gets sideways. Looks like everybody was able to hold it together, but that's going to bring out the first yellow of the night. I'm not sure if that's going to be our stage caution or not. I'm assuming that is going to be the stage caution. And I believe that would put Mark Parkhurst winning stage 1. They could be looking to grid it back up, though. Because no one came down to pit road there. So they might be able to get a 2-lap shootout in for the stage. Maybe a 2-lap or a 1-lap shootout. But we'll go ahead and take a quick break while they are figuring that out. As we listen in there to the incredible sound of these cars, it does look like we're going to have ourselves a one-lap shootout to see who will win Stage 1 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series. Darin Mayo Memorial 275 here at Daytona. I don't know why I had in my head that the stage was lap 20. I've probably brought it up about 1 billion times on stream, and it probably says 25 and 60, and I just need to learn how to read. Mark Parkhurst going to lead them off. Cam Patterson also chose the high line. Justin Bell, Tony Osborne, your first 2 cars on the low line. 2 MDM teammates. As we are getting ready to go green, you'll see the pace car dip off. Mark Parkhurst is going to lead them into the Geico restart zone.
Green, green, green.
As we get back green here at Daytona, Mark Parkhurst, Cam Patterson, they get a good launch together. Justin Bell, Tony Osborne trying to gain it back on the bottom lane. We'll see if they throw the white or the yellow flag again after this lap. If they don't, then we know that the previous caution was the stage break. Not a lot of action right here, but they are separated by less than 1/100th right now, nose to nose. Side drafting right now, almost touching. Justin Bell edging out ahead. Tony Osborne pushing him. Mark Parkhurst, Cam Patterson, though, getting a late surge here across the stripe. It's going to be Mark Parkhurst. Yellow flag is out. That was your stage. Mark Parkhurst takes home the stage 1 win there in that 04 car. Followed by Justin Bell, Cam Patterson, Tony Osborne, Warren Young. Wrapping up your top 5. Followed by the 42, Chris Bishop. The 2, John McIntyre, Logan Physician, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., Bill Sleep, round out your top 10. We'll go ahead and let these drivers complete their pit stops. We'll take a quick break, and once they get their pit stops completed, we might see if we can get a quick word with Stage 1 winner Mark Parkhurst. Stay tuned.
Country star, no one else can go this far. Come on, babe, go with me. Riding high, living free. Don't ask once and don't think twice, 'cause baby, I'm living the life. 'Cause baby, I'm living the life.
We are back. Drivers have completed their pit stops. We're going to see if we can get a quick word with the Stage 1 winner, Mark Parkhurst. Hey, Mark, it's Jesse up in the broadcast booth. You got me?
I gotcha.
Alrighty, man. You're the Stage 1 winner. Looks like, I don't know if those are lap cars in front of you, but you'll be likely leading the field here in the start of Stage 2. How's the car feeling tonight?
2 stayed out actually. It's feeling really good. I wasn't trying to get up to the front. It just everybody kind of filtered out of my way, and I just kind of cycled up here. But I got the track position. The car feels good. I've found some Ford friends so far. I had one push me to the Stage 1 win there. Shout out to Cam Patterson, 38. He gave some real good pushes there. But yeah, it's feeling good so far. But we still got a long ways to go. A lot can happen. A lot can change. So see what happens.
Alrighty, well, you did a great job there in Stage 1. Ended up in the front of the field. Any shout-outs you want to make before I send you back down?
Shout out to everybody, my team. Team Send It. We're running this one for Darin Mayo tonight. If any friends or family are watching, shout out to them as well, and hope to bring it home in one piece tonight.
Absolutely. Our thoughts tonight are with Dave Mayo and his family, and I wish you luck tonight, and have a good rest of the race, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That was your Stage 1 winner, Mark Parkhurst. Field goes through the choose rule. He'll be your first car on the outside. First car on the inside row. It's going to be the 23 car there, Tyler Smith. He is looking to do a sort of pit strategy here. He's going to be the only one likely pitting with whenever he has to come down for fuel. He's probably going to be the only one. He's been out for 14 laps already. The next closest is the 32 car there, Ryan Castleberry. He's been out for 7 laps. They might be working together. They're teammates, first lap legends. So at least they'll have each other whenever they have to come down pit road, and we'll see how the strategy works out for them. The rest of your top 10 right now, you got Tyler Smith, Ryan Castleberry, Mark Parkhurst, Warren Young, Chris Bishop, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., Bill Sleep, Christian Taylor, Cam Patterson, David Mayo round out the top 10. Followed by Tony Osborne, Justin Bell, Shane Fuller, Scott Ford Jr., John McIntyre in 15th. Followed by Logan Physician, Frank Warner. Round out your lead lap cars. Cody Moore scored 2 laps down. Jack Scoville scored 7 laps down. As the field gets ready to go back, green flag racing here at Daytona for the start of Stage 2. This stage is going to be ending at 60 laps. Your control car, Tyler Smith, leads them through the restart zone. Green flag is out at Daytona. Tyler Smith, Mark Parkhurst lead the field around right now going into turn 3. This is similar to what we saw at the start of the race. A lot of 2x2 racing all the way through the field, seeing which line can get a better run. Still side by side right now. I can't even tell who's ahead. Tyler Smith gets a good run out of the corner. 32 comes up. Oh, we've got a big one. Oh, we've got a big one. Oh, man. It looked to me like the 32 car got loose off the corner or something, and he comes right up across the nose of Stage 1 winner Mark Parkhurst. Mark's going to have some damage on that car. Let's go back and take a second look at that. So we see the field come out of turn 3 and 4 here. Yeah, 32 car clips the apron, gets loose, comes right up in front of the 04. There's hoods, bumpers flying, everybody in the wall, people going through the grass. Just absolute carnage. Let's go ahead and look at that slow-mo from the blimp cam. Blake, I stole your blimp camera. Don't be mad at me. So we get an eye in the sky view here. We'll slow it down and watch how this one unfolds. The 32 car and the 23 car, there are teammates. Yeah, the 32 just clips the apron, comes up across the nose there. Mark Parkhurst has nowhere to go. He gets collected. 42 car there, Chris Bishop's in it. Great avoidance there from Tony Osborne. Justin Bell manages to avoid it. But you see David Mayo, Logan Physician spinning in the back. The 98 there, Warren Young gets a little bit of it. Let's go ahead and see what Christian Taylor's view was of this wreck. See how he managed to get through it here. We ride on board. Great job by Christian Taylor there, avoiding that accident. That's going to shake up our lineup. A lot of cars got some damage in that. It'll be interesting to see who takes their fast repair and who doesn't. Basically, your whole field coming down pit road there, the only cars that stayed out, it looks to me like Cody Moore and Jack Scoville. They might be planning to pit, but they might not have been able to that lap. If I am correct, it looks like your current leader is Cam Patterson. He likely won that race off of pit road. Jack Scoville in front of him there looking to get one of his laps back. As we see our first major wreck, collecting multiple cars there. Lap 32 of 110. We got just under 30 laps to go in this stage. I think that means that the field is still going to have to make a green flag stop if this thing still stays green. If they needed to pit for 25 laps and they still have, according to my math, about 27 to go, they're definitely going to have to make another stop. But we'll take a quick break and be back with you for some more green flag action. Christian Taylor, Shane Fuller, your big movers because of that wreck. They both gained 5 positions. Cam Patterson leading the field right now. He's going to be your control car when the pace car dips off here. He's followed by Tyler Smith right there behind him in that Jordan blue car. Jimmy McIntyre Jr., Tony Osborne, Christian Taylor wrap up the top 5, followed by Shane Fuller, Justin Bell, Bill Sleep, Frank Warner, and John McIntyre. Pace car is off. Cam Patterson, that 38 Red Bull Mustang, leads him into the restart zone. Green flag is back out. here at Daytona. The 23 and the 38 get a good jump. The 81, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., does not have much help behind him. They're going to drop fast on the outside. The 38, the 23, and the 10 did get a really good launch, but Tyler Smith's going to move up. He says he wants to lead the top lane. As we get back to more side-by-side racing here at Daytona in the Donut Box Xfinity Series. You got some movement there back in the field there by Logan Physician. He doesn't seem to be able to decide what lane he wants to be in. But out up front on the bottom lane, you got Cam Patterson, Tony Osborne, Shane Fuller all lined up. Up top, it's the 23, Tyler Smith, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., and Christian Taylor behind. It's Cam Patterson is going to lead lap 34. Bottom line seems to be getting a really good run right now. They've got about a 3-car advantage there. That top lane just doesn't seem to be moving very quick right now. Tony Osborne definitely giving some good pushes there to Cam Patterson. You see the top lane trying to fight back. They've got about 5 cars there. I see about 9 or so lined up there on the bottom line. The lines are pretty even here at Daytona in these cars. And definitely makes for good racing. Sometimes it can be scary racing. There's the 38 and the 10 car there of Cam Patterson and Tony Osborne still have an advantage over that top lane. Coming out of turn 3 and 4. Side by side, about 7 cars back right now. I am expecting, as I said earlier, that these drivers are going to have to make another pit stop during this stage. I don't believe they have enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage from here. As we ride on board with Cam Patterson leading this thing. Looks like that outside lane is moving though. Tyler Smith gets out ahead. He ducks down. He goes to the bottom lane. That leaves the 81 of Jimmy McIntyre Jr. leading that top line. Tyler Smith is going to lead lap 37 here at Daytona. In that 23 Toyota Supra. It'll be interesting to see what these drivers do for pit strategy. I do believe the pit window is open, and if there is a group that wants to communicate and come down pit road early, they might be able to get an advantage over the field. If they can go ahead and pit early, come down with 3 or 4 cars and just not have to worry about racing side by side with anybody, they might be able to make up some time. We'll see if anyone chooses to do that though. As it looks like the 81 of Jimmy McIntyre Jr. getting a hell of a push from the 96 of Christian Taylor. Jimmy McIntyre, your leader of that lap. You can tell who's on Storm Motorsports because they're running matching paints, just different colors. Pretty sharp looking rides if I say so myself. I'm not biased whatsoever. Top line seems to have the advantage in car count right now. That's probably helping them some with this run they're able to create. As you see, the 88 of Cody Moore and the 32 of Ryan Castleberry about 4 or 5 cars back in that top line. They're fighting for the lucky dog on our next caution. They're both scored 1 lap down. The 15 of Jack Scoville, he's riding around in the back right now. He's 6 laps down. So he's got to hope for a lot of cautions and a lot of wave arounds. According to my scoring, he hasn't been to pit road in 27 laps, which that honestly doesn't sound right to me at all. But I guess it is possible. Right now, the bottom line has the advantage. Tyler Smith, Cam Patterson, Tony Osborne leading that line with Shane Fuller behind, and then Justin Bell in that 7 car. Tyler Smith going to move up the track into that top lane. It didn't work well for him last time, as it does look like Cam Patterson's going to get that advantage back and go back up to the lead for now. Although I will say the top line did have more cars than last time. Neck and neck down the back straightaway here. It's hard to say if either line really does have an advantage or if it just depends on who's pushing who. But right now, the bottom line is going to lead this lap more than likely. They just keep switching the lead back and forth. It'll be interesting to see how many lead changes there were at the end of this thing. Again, we are at Daytona International Speedway for week 1 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series, Season 2. This is the Darin Mayo Memorial 275 in honor of David Mayo's brother Darin, who passed away yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family at this time. As we've got a lot of side-by-side racing here. Ooh, the 96 Christian Taylor and the 7 of Justin Bell touch fenders there. Everybody seems to be okay. That could have been real ugly there, but everybody managed to keep it together. Tony Osborne pulling a Houdini, disappearing for a second, but he's back. I know I wouldn't want to be the lead car and have the person behind me that's pushing me disappear. A lot of conservative racing here. Fuel window is open. It'll be interesting to see whenever we have our first takers for pit road. As the 23's coming down, he's side drafting Tony Osborne. They're getting very close to the corners. Here comes your first pit stops of stage 2. Tony Osborne leading them in. Got Tony Osborne, Shane Fuller, Justin Bell, Cody Moore. That's just what I was talking about earlier. You get 4 cars together. They're all teammates. If they can get clean pit stops here, they'll be able to come out together and not have to worry about racing cars around them. They can just line up, focus on drafting and not having to worry about people side drafting, and they might be able to get a little bit of an advantage as the 81 and the 23 touch going down the backstretch. Not sure what that all is about, but we have a yellow flag. There must have been some sort of accident somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Oh, there it is. Involving the 62 of Scott Ford Jr. and the 15 of Jack Scoville. Oh, those are teammates too. That one has to hurt a little bit extra. We'll go back and watch it one more time from the blimp view here. Looks like the 62 sees the 23 and the 81 touch, and he goes up to the high side. But Jack Scoville's right there on his outside. Those look to be the only two cars involved. That's a tough hit for Storm Motorsports. As we go back live here, you see drivers completing their pit stops. Several drivers staying out. Those are likely the drivers that just pit earlier on Mighty Donut Motorsports. We take a look at your field here. Shane Fuller appears to be your lead car at the moment. He's followed by Tony Osborne, Mark Parkhurst, Justin Bell, Dave Mayo, Cody Moore. Those are all the group that made their pit stops just before that yellow flag comes out. See if we can get a quick word in with Shane here. Shane, this is Jesse in the booth. You got me?
What's up, brother?
Hey man, it seems like you had pit strategy accidentally work out perfectly here for Team MDM. You guys pit right before that yellow comes out, and it puts you in the lead of the pack. You looking to score some points here in stage 2?
Yeah, you know, just trying to get some points with that. I mean, just luckily that just fell right into our lap right there. So, yeah, I just we'll see what we can do here, see what points we can get, and then we'll take that pit stop, and then hit off the last stage and go for the win, man.
Alrighty. Do you think are these cars gonna have to make two stops for fuel under the last stage?
Let's see, what is it? 50 laps to the end, I'd say.
Yeah. Add a couple of pace laps in there, it'll be just close enough to maybe be a one stop.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 2, honestly, because if you can save fuel, if you're in the pack, like maybe about 10th or so, and you can lift and save some fuel that way, that might work out for you. But I think we're averaging about 23 laps on the run.
Alrighty, well, being this is the first time I'll talk to you tonight, you got any shout outs you want to make before I send you back down to your team?
Well, hopefully my daughter or my wife are watching. See if we can get a W for you guys, and love you so much. And shout out to you, Mr. Becker, for putting on this coverage and broadcast.
Oh, you're making me blush. Well, thank you, Shane. I'll catch you later. Buddy. Good luck the rest of the way and in stage 2 here.
All right, thank you, man.
That was that 57 car there, Shane Fuller. He's got a nice paint job going on. Granite State Indoor Range. He's going to be your control car as the pace cars are going to come off the track this lap. He's going to lead the field into the Geico restart zone. We're having this event tonight in honor of Darin Mayo, David Mayo's brother, who passed away last night. Our thoughts and prayers are with David and his family tonight as we continue to put on a show for week 1 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series. Green flag is out. Shane Fuller gets an incredible jump. Teammate Tony Osborne in that 10 car behind must have been asleep at the wheel. Looks like the 04 of Mark Parkhurst is content to just stay on that bottom line. Got Dave Mayo in the 35 up there on the top line all by himself. He's trying to side draft that 10 car, trying to stay in contention. He's hoping the 96 of Christian Taylor can get to his back bumper and give him a shove. First 4 cars on the bottom line. Shane Fuller, Mark Parkhurst, Tony Osborne, Justin Bell. Followed by the 38 of Cam Patterson there in line. The field has definitely shrunk by a little bit. We got about 16 cars currently on track. Scott Ford Jr., Frank Warner, Jack Scoville, all either out of the race or on pit road at the moment. That leaves only one Storm Motorsports member on track still, and that's Christian Taylor. Not a great week one for Storm Motorsports. But right now, Mighty Donut Motorsports is having a strong showing. They've got 3 cars in the top 5 right now. As we got one going around in the back, the 32 car goes around. Yellow flag is going to come back out. Lap 50 here. Let's go ahead and see what happened with Ryan Castleberry. We watch the replay here. He's on the bottom line doing his thing. Oh, he checks up because the bottom line checked up, and Logan Physician in the 78 just gets into his back bumper. Causes a 32 to get loose. And he collects the 2 car with John McIntyre. Doesn't look like anyone really sustained any damage there. Let's go back and watch it from the eyes of Logan Physician. As he gets to the back of the 32 car, he can't really see what's happening in front of him. And 32 just lifts, and Logan Physician doesn't react in time, and both of those guys go towards the fence. Doesn't look like anyone sustained any damage there from that one. So we get back live. Likely nobody's going to come down pit road here. Looks like the 2 car might decide to, but I'm not sure. The 96 of Christian Taylor goes down pit road. He might be playing some strategy here. Go ahead and top off for fuel now and stay out at the end of the stage, possibly. But we're going to go ahead and take ourselves another quick break, and we'll be back with you for some more action. I just want to take a quick moment to thank each and every one of you tuned into this race tonight here on the Donut Box Racing League's YouTube channel. This is by far one of the largest audiences I've done a live stream in front of. I think I saw earlier about 20 people tuned in at once, which is incredible for me personally. Like I said previously, I'm no expert or, professional broadcaster by any means. So it means a lot to me that all of you guys are tuning in. I'm sure it means a lot to David Mayo and his family. We're running this race in honor of his brother, Darin, who passed away yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family at this time, as we run the Darin Mayo Memorial 275 here at Daytona. When the field goes back green here, we'll be lap 54 out of 110 laps, just at about the halfway point. Leading the field to green is going to be Shane Fuller. He had a lot of cars choose the bottom line there whenever they chose lanes, and David Mayo has made his way to the outside of the front row. Green flag is back out here at Daytona. 57 of Shane Fuller and the 04 of Mark Parkhurst get a good launch. Dave Mayo goes back down to the bottom line to secure himself in third place right now, as you see Cam Patterson come down to the bottom lane farther back. Shane Fuller, Mark Parkhurst leading that bottom lane around the track. They're up to a good advantage right now. On the top line, you've got the 81 there, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., followed by Warren Young, Logan Physician, and Christian Taylor. But they've got some work to do because this bottom line is already moving. There's about 9 cars lined up there on the bottom, compared to 4 up on that top lane. As the field crosses the stripe here, we're officially halfway tonight, lap 55 of 110. It's been some really good racing so far. We've only had a couple of incidents, and we've got about 5 laps to go here until our stage 2 finish. Shane Fuller in that 57, he's looking to win himself a stage. Start off his season strong, gaining that extra 10 points. We'll have to wait and see if that top line can get anything going. The 88 of Cody Moore, he's back on the lead lap. He's been a lap down for a while. You see Tony Osborne and Justin Bell there in the number 10 and the number 7. They go up to the top lane. That allows Cam Patterson to be able to move up to 4th on that inside line. As you got the 10, the 7, the 81, and 78 there on the top lane. Now they've got more cars together. It'll be interesting to see if they can make a run at this stage. They have already managed to get alongside the leader there, Shane Fuller. Shane's still going to lead that lap, but only about 3/100ths of a second. Tony Osborne has the advantage going into turn 1, but they are still neck and neck. You got 2x2 racing. Just as far back as you can see, you got about 7 rows of 2x2 racing. The top lane has a little bit of an advantage right now. I thought for a second the 81 of Jimmy McIntyre was looking to take it 3 wide. Not quite yet, though. As they cross the line, we're on lap 58 of 110. Stage 2 will end on lap 60. Shane Fuller is able to keep his advantage right now with Mark Parkhurst behind him, and then David Mayo third on that inside line. It'll be interesting to see if that top lane can make a run. As they cross the stripe for lap 59, we'll do a quick run through of your top 10, although it changes so fast. Shane Fuller still leading with Mark Parkhurst in second, Tony Osborne third, Justin Bell fourth, David Mayo fifth. Sixth is Jimmy McIntyre, Cam Patterson in seventh, followed by Logan Physician in eighth. Ninth place Warren Young, 10th place Christian Taylor. Round out your top 10 on that last lap. Not a lot of positions changing right now. I think everybody's just trying to keep it together one more lap. When they cross the stripe here, it'll be white flag for the stage. We'll see if anyone really puts their foot to the floor and try to bring home a stage win, or if Shane Fuller is going to be able to keep that lead. Franklin Warner's in the chat. He says bad night for Storm Motorsports, and I think he's definitely right. 3 of the 4 drivers out of this race already, and there's only 4 drivers that are out of the race. Christian Taylor in the 96, the only Storm Motorsports member still going. As they come out of turn 4, this will be for the stage here. Mark Parkhurst looks to the outside of Shane Fuller, but Shane Fuller beats him by a nose. Shane Fuller wins stage 2 here in the Donut Box Xfinity Series. Week 1 at Daytona, the Darin Mayo Memorial 275. Mark Parkhurst gets second place in the stage, followed by David Mayo getting third. Tony Osborne, Cam Patterson round out the top 5, followed by Justin Bell, Warren Young, Jamie McIntyre Jr., Tyler Smith, and Logan Physician. Round out your top 10. All scoring stage points. Just a quick reminder here. Those were both your stage cautions now complete. We're going to have about a 47 or 46 lap shootout left to go here to finish this thing out. We got a couple incidents already, but there's probably still a fair amount of drivers in the field who have not had to use their fast repair yet. So it'll be interesting to see if we can have some good clean racing here towards the end, or if there's going to be any more cautions. Because it'll all come down to who can keep their car clean and who can have that run at the end. And I know there's a lot of drivers out here tonight that would love to take home the first win of Donut Box Xfinity Series Season 2 here at Daytona. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back shortly. As we go back live here, you just saw everybody make their lane choice for this restart coming up. Logan Physician is going to pick up 4 spots from that lane choice. He's the first car to choose the outside. He's going to be starting on your front row for this restart. I just want to thank everybody again that's tuned in tonight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned because we're going to be live every week here, other than a couple of weeks around Christmas and New Year's. Let's go ahead and check out the schedule for future races. Here we are, August 22nd at Daytona International Speedway for these 110 laps. Next week it's going to be Phoenix Raceway for 175 laps, followed by Circuit of the Americas, September 5th for 42 laps. It's a super fun schedule this year. Lots of fun races. We got ourselves a pretty long season ahead of us, wrapping up in January, but I'm going to hopefully be here every week with you, telling you what's up, calling the race, doing a mediocre job at it, but for some reason they like keeping me around. You look at your front row there, Tony Osborne, Logan Physician. Row 2 right now, David Mayo, Tyler Smith. Row 3, Justin Bell, John McIntyre. Row 4, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., Cam Patterson. Row 5, Shane Fuller and Mark Parkhurst. As the pace car dips off, number 10 car, Tony Osborne's your control car, leading them into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. He gets a good launch. David Mayo behind, lagging back a little bit. Tyler Smith, Logan Physician dipped down in the bottom lane. Cam Patterson dips down, leaving John McIntyre out to dry up there on the top. Tony Osborne's doing his disappearing act that he likes to do. He's the magic man and he's the family man. You see Logan Physician move back up. He's looking to take the lead of this thing. He's being pushed by John McIntyre right now, as they go through turn 3 and 4. Logan Physician, that 78 NOS machine. He's had a fairly quiet race so far, but we're going to see if he can get a lap led here. Tony Osborne still ahead by just a nose. By about 3/100ths of a second there on that lap, but they're still side by side. Got some hard racing here going on for the final stage of this thing. Whole field is too wide right now. We'll see if a line is able to get an advantage or if we're going to cruise like this for a while. Not a lot of action here at the moment. Everybody side by side. Tony Osborne leads another lap. Warren Young back there in 12th. He gained 3 spots on that lap. He's trying to make his way up through the field. Tony Osborne, Tyler Smith, David Mayo on that bottom lane. Logan Physician, John McIntyre, Mark Parkhurst on that top lane. On the top lane, you've got 3 Mustangs leading it. On the bottom lane, you've got a Chevy, then a Toyota, then a Mustang. You've actually got 4 Mustangs lined up on the top line. Logan Physician leads that lap on the outside line. I think that's his first lap led of the race. Haley Osborne says, a man of few words, yet many surprises, our family man. Shouting out Tony Osborne there in that number 10 car. He's doing a good job maintaining the lead on this bottom line. Not a lot of action currently to speak of. Mostly everybody's just staying in line, ticking down laps. We're still going to have 1, if not 2 more pit stops during this race. They will have to come down at least 1 more time for refueling. Logan Physician barely ahead again that lap. Again, no one really trying to make any moves through the field right now. Everybody's just staying put right where they are. Just side-by-side racing here at Daytona. We're going to take a quick break. We're getting our first 3-wide action of the night that I've seen so far. You got Christian Taylor and Chris Bishop, it looks like, in that middle lane. You got Cody Moore in that 88 machine. He's the only one on the top line. But he seems to be making it work with that side draft. He's got a couple people jumping up to join him. We might have a 3-wide battle here for the lead in just a few seconds. Cody Moore is moving quick. You got Chris Bishop, Warren Young behind, along with Christian Taylor. Cody Moore gained 5 positions the previous lap. He is on the move. He's gained 6 spots in the last 2 laps. He's made it all the way up to 6th place here. Mark Parkhurst is trapped in the middle lane now. Cam Patterson to his inside, Warren Young to his outside. Tony Osborne still your leader here with 39 laps to go. Cody Moore looking to make that outside line work. As we go back to side-by-side racing here. Logan Physician going to lead that lap. John McIntyre behind is giving a great push. I think Cody Moore is still looking to get on the outside of John McIntyre if he's able to. See if he can't get to the lead here. I don't know if John McIntyre's blocking him or just being inconveniently in his way. But it does look like Cody is going to be able to get beside him going into this corner. Not a whole lot of movement. Logan Physician's going to lead this lap also. Barely over Tony Osborne. Cody Moore looking to the outside of John McIntyre again. He gets the run this time. He's right behind Logan Physician now, second in that top line. John McIntyre getting shuffled towards the back. We'll see what happens here. If Cody Moore can push Logan Physician clear of Tony Osborne, Cody might come down and leave Logan out to dry. This is the first time Cody Moore's been near the front all race. He's had quite a quiet race so far. English is hard. But yeah, he's had a quiet race so far. He ended up a lap down, 2 laps down earlier, and he's managed to get him back. He looks to the outside now of Logan Physician. Logan moves down to the bottom line. The bottom line is Logan Physician, Tony Osborne, Tyler Smith, followed by David Mayo there, 4th in line. The top line right now, Cody Moore, Christopher Bishop, Warren Young. They're making moves right here. Christopher Bishop, Warren Young, former MDM, Mighty Donut Motorsports drivers. They're now on their own team, Off Camber Racing. They are leading your outside group right now as Cody Moore goes down to the bottom line. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How did they keep that together? As you got one in the wall back there. Looked like 32 of Ryan Castleberry getting more damage, but we stay green. Yellow flag is out. Let's go back and look what happened there. It looked like Chris Bishop and Warren Young on the outside line there were just pushing, trying to get ahead of everybody else. And it looked like Christopher Bishop was going to lead that lap. And then maybe it was just an over-aggressive push there from teammate Warren Young. Let's go ahead and go back and see what happened from the 32 Ryan Castleberry's perspective. He just didn't have much of anywhere that he could go. Looked like the 64 there, Bill Sleep, might have caught the worst of that one. Yep, he's taking it down pit road now. He's probably going to get a fast repair. Cody Moore scored your leader right now. Followed by Logan Physician, Warren Young, Christopher Bishop, Christian Taylor rounding out the top 5. I imagine these drivers are going to come down pit road here just to make it a green flag stop. Be a little bit shorter time. If this race does go green the rest of the way, these cars still will likely have to make one more stop. So I would expect most of everybody to come down and top off on fuel here. And that does look like it's going to be the case. Nobody staying out here on track. Everybody comes down and gets fuel just as I imagined. Looks like a few of our drivers decided to take tires as well during that stop. Logan Physician leads the field off of pit road. He took fuel only, along with Warren Young behind him. Cam Patterson also took fuel only. .42, Chris Bishop might have taken right side tires. I'm not 100% sure. And Cody Moore behind him took 4 tires. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody tuning in tonight for the Darin Mayo Memorial 275 here at Daytona for week 1 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series. We're running this race tonight in honor of Darin Mayo, David Mayo's brother who passed away last night. Our prayers are with David and his family at this time. And thank you for everybody coming out and showing support tonight. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be back here live every Thursday night. We got a long season ahead of us, wrapping up in January, so there's going to be plenty of race and action in between. We got a driver championship, a playoffs, a team championship. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, so stay tuned. As you see our drivers making their lane choice. See that black seam there on the track. If they're above that, they're choosing the high line. If they're below it, they're choosing the low line. Teammates Logan Physician, Cam Patterson both take the high side. This is one of the first times tonight we've seen the leader of the race choose the high side. Logan Physician is going to be leading that top lane. Warren Young leading the bottom lane, rounding out your front row. Row 2, you got Cam Patterson, David Mayo. Row 3, you got Cody Moore, Christopher Bishop. Row 4 is Tony Osborne, Mark Parkhurst. Row 5, Tyler Smith, Justin Bell. Going to round out your top 10 tonight. At this current moment, everything can change so fast here at Daytona. We got a Discord notification, nothing important. As our field gets ready to go back green flag racing here. When we go green, we're going to have about 30 laps left to the end of this thing. We're still going to see at least one more pit stop out of everybody, it's most likely, unless we get some more yellow flag laps. As you get ready to see the pace car go off here. Logan Physician is going to be your control car as we go into the Geico restart zone. Green flag back out. Logan Physician gets a good jump there on Warren Young. Cam Patterson hoping to follow right behind him. These two Minor Motorsports teammates looking to take the lead here. As they come down to the bottom line, able to clear Warren Young. Warren goes up to the top line. He's going to have Cody Moore and Tony Osborne, Tyler Smith behind him. Warren Young, Cody Moore, former teammates. David Mayo has been having a great race tonight. He's been top 10 most of the night. He's third on the inside line right now. Warren Young, he's going to have the lead here. Cody Moore looking to his outside, putting Warren Young in the middle, 3 wide. Cody not able to clear him. Cam Patterson, Logan position, using this advantage to break away here as Warren Young slips back up at the top of the outside line. Logan position, Cam Patterson, David Mayo on the bottom line breaking away here. Logan position leads another lap. Biggest mover that lap was David Mayo. He gained 3 spots. Warren Young and Cody Moore looking to take those spots back, though, on that top line. Again, I want to thank everybody tuned in tonight. These guys do pick on me pretty often for being kind of monotone. You know, I feel like sometimes I sound like I'm excited, and I am, because this is always great racing that gets put on here, but sometimes the voice just doesn't come off like that on the old microphone. But I appreciate you tuning in, listening to me call this thing anyways. As Logan position, Cam Patterson still maintaining that advantage. You see Mark Parkhurst go down to the apron there. He might be saying with 28 to go, this is too hard a racing for me. I want to go in the back and try to stay safe. He might be expecting another wreck here. Warren Young, Logan position side by side. You got the 78, the 88, and the 98 all in the top 4 here. Your top 4, every single number ends with the number 8. Fun fact for you. 38, 78, 88, 98. Even funner fact, Warren Young's former number was the 48. I can't think of any more fun facts. I'm all out. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here while we're still side by side racing. Oh, just kidding. We've got action. We have got some action. I saw the number 10 car and the number 42 car, Tony Osborne, Chris Bishop, getting a little slideways. Let's go back and take a look at what happened there between those two. Going into turn 3 and 4, Cody gets up in the wall. The same time the 10 car is checking up and moving down because of that, the 42 car moves up. Let's go ahead and bring that back and slow it down a little bit. Take a look from our eye in the sky. You can see coming into turn 3 there, Cody Moore in that 88 machine there gets up into the wall. See Tony lifting, and right at that same time the 42 comes up and just gets into him. Justin Bell there has nowhere to go really. He's involved. See the 42 car sliding back up the track, hits the outside wall hard. Christian Taylor gets on the brakes and might have avoided him there. That was definitely close. Let's go ahead and take a look on board with the 96. Wow. That was a hell of a job there by Christian Taylor to not get involved in that wreck there. As our drivers coming down to pit road to fuel their cars up. We got 24 to go. By the time we go green, they might have enough fuel in the tank to be able to make it to the end. Let's have a quick word with that 96 car, Christian Taylor, on how he was able to avoid that thing. Christian, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
Buddy.
How in the hell did you not hit anything there? That's what I want to know.
I was wondering if the broadcast was going to catch that one. I saw them go around, stubbed the brake, saw them about to spin back up, stubbed the gas, stubbed the brake again. I hope it was entertaining for the fans. That's all I can say. It wasn't entertaining in mine for POV.
Yeah, you might need a new driver's suit after this one, but we rode on board with you and saw you manage to get through there without hitting anybody, and it was pretty incredible. Tough night for the rest of your team, but you're out here just continuing to survive. I think it has something to do with the rubber chicken on the car, because I think that's the only thing different.
That was the only thing different besides color, and I had the chicken.
Yeah, you have to put a chicken on the other 3 cars, but figured since I'm talking to you real quick, any other shout-outs you want to make for anything tonight?
Shout out to my wife Danielle, and want to shout out to the cause. You know, let's keep the Mayo family in our thoughts and prayers. And yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Our thoughts and prayers are with them tonight. I'll go ahead and send you back down to hang out by yourself in the Storm Motorsports chat there. I guess everybody else decided to leave you.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was Christian Taylor there, driver of the 96 green Storm Motorsports machine. It must be the power of the rubber chicken that kept him alive there in that wreck. As our field is definitely shrinking. We started out with right at 20 cars. I believe we have 14 still racing. Christopher Bishop currently 1 lap down. He's still on pit road. Actually, no, he's not. He's on track. Yep, he's right there catching up. But you've got the 32 car of Ryan Castleberry. He's on pit road right now, getting damage fixed more than likely. And out of the race right now, you've got the 9 of Frank Warner, 62 car Scott Ford Jr., 15 car Jack Scoville, and 82 car Ben Madden out of the race right now. We take a look at your top 10 here. Row 1, Logan Physician, Warren Young. Row 2, Cam Patterson, Cody Moore. Row 3, Shane Fuller, David Mayo. Who we got behind row 4 is the 96 of Christian Taylor, along with the 23 of Tyler Smith. And then it looks like everybody else is going to be on the bottom lane of the racetrack. We get ready to go back green flag racing. Logan Physician going to be your choose car, or control car, sorry, going into the restart zone. Green flag back out. A little bit of a checkup there on the bottom lane. Warren Young gets a great jump. Cody Moore giving him a great push. They're going to lead into turn 1. David Mayo, Shane Fuller almost making contact there. A little side draft. On the bottom lane, you got former teammates Warren Young and Cody Moore. On the top line, you got current teammates Logan Physician and Cam Patterson. Side-by-side action through the first 6 rows here. Warren Young going to be your leader this lap. Cody Moore and Warren Young breaking away from the field a little bit there. David Mayo right behind in 3rd. We've got 22 laps to go here, which feels like an eternity, but if it stays green, they're just going to tick away pretty quick, and the next thing you know, we'll be crowning a winner of this thing. See Shane Fuller there going from the outside lane to the inside. Tyler Smith right now your new leader on the outside lane. Lots of good racing left to come tonight. At this exact moment, not much action going on, just side-by-side racing. Nobody making any crazy moves. But that's just how these races are in this league. You don't see a whole lot of wrecks. Everybody's able to keep it fairly clean. It's a great league to race in. Check out the link in the description if you are a fellow iRacer and you have not heard of us and you want to come race with us. The Xfinity Series runs during this time Thursday nights. It's a $30 entry fee for the season. This is week 1. So you still got plenty of races left if you do decide to join us. On Monday nights upcoming, we've got Donut Box Cup Series. It's going to be season 1 of that series just starting up. We've got a good broadcast put together for that too, and you'll be seeing replays of those broadcasts here on this channel. That league is also a $30 entry fee running on Monday nights. If you are interested, just click that link in the description. Tyler Smith, Logan Physician leading that top lane. Have a slight advantage right now, although it is dwindling, and Warren Young is back out front. Everybody's just kind of maintaining where they're at the moment. No one wants to be the first one to make a move, especially not with 19 laps still left in this thing. If I was out on the track myself, I'd definitely be saying it's a little too early for anything crazy. The only thing I'm questioning is if these guys that are leading these groups out front, if they're going to have enough fuel to be able to make it to the end. I imagine if you're in the draft, you should be able to make it to the end on fuel, but guys like Warren Young and Tyler Smith right now that are leading their lines, they could be tight on fuel at the end of this thing, and they might have to make a pit stop. It'll be interesting to see when that time comes. But everybody's just kind of maintaining where they're at on the track right now. Tyler Smith makes his way out front. Cuts down in front of the 98 Warren Young's nose. There's almost a wreck, but everybody was able to keep it together. You've got Tony Osborne doing his disappearing act in the background. Tyler Smith did go back up to the top, and Warren Young's still able to lead that lap. We're going to take a quick break and step away, and then we're back to call this thing all the way to the end. As these drivers cross the stripe here for 15 laps to go in this race, it's really starting to heat up. Both the top and bottom lanes right now about even in car count. This thing's adding up to be a great finish here in about 15 laps. I'd like to thank all of you guys tuning in tonight. Remember, hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're running this race tonight, the Darin Mayo Memorial 275. For David Mayo and his family. His brother Darin passed away last night. Our thoughts and prayers have been with them all race. Still your same leaders, these two lines. Warren Young, Cody Moore leading that bottom line. Tyler Smith, Logan in position, leading that top line, although Tyler and Logan's help has kind of disappeared. You see Tony Osborne, Cam Patterson, and a few others looking to move up into that top line. We got a lot of shifting around happening now all of a sudden. As these drivers come across the stripe. Tyler Smith in the 23 is going to be your leader that lap, although they are still nose to nose up front. The 81, Jimmy McIntyre Jr. getting shuffled back. You see him up there on the top of the track. Pardon me as I turn the game volume down just a little bit. Some of those camera angles are just a little too loud for my puny little voice. As we cross the line for 12 to go, you begin to wonder who's going to be the one to make the first move. We got some wall scraping going on in the back. That looks like the 96 of Christian Taylor getting up and scrubbing the fence there. Still side by side racing. Everybody should be able to make it on fuel. All you can wonder is who's going to be the one to make the first mistake. Tyler Smith, your leader of that lap. Still got 14 cars on the lead lap currently, all with a shot at this thing. Christopher Bishop 1 lap down. Tyler Smith able to fit into the bottom lane in front of Cody Moore there, leaving Logan in position to lead the top lane. We've got 10 laps to go here in the Darin Mayo Memorial 275. At the end of this race, we'll have interviews of your top 3 podium finishing drivers. right now the 98 Warren Young, he's your leader. He's way out of front of both lines here. He can't block them both, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Right now he's up on the high line. He cuts back down to the bottom in the corner. Not much position changing right now at this moment. Seems like everybody's content to stay in line for now and just take their chance later on. Oh, we've got action. Cars on the wall. The 23's around. The 10's involved. That is the big one, folks. We got the big one here at Daytona. Let's go back and look at that. It looked to me like the 98 Warren Young came down to block the 23, and then it all went downhill from there. Let's take a look. You see the 98 of Warren Young. He's way out in the lead here. Sees the 23 get a run, comes down. He wasn't quite clear. Clips the nose of the 23. The 78's involved. Multiple cars involved. Let's go back and slow that down a bit. See the 98 come down. He wasn't quite clear of the 23. 88 wasn't expecting, gets in the back of the 23. Logan has nowhere to go. He gets into the outside wall hard. Tony Osborne's involved. Justin Bell's involved. David Mayo is involved. 64 of Bill Sleep. Chris Bishop's sideways, but I don't think anyone hit him. Let's ride on board with Chris Bishop here. No, it seems like he did have some contact on the back of his car. But it doesn't seem to be severe, and he manages to keep going. Just an unfortunate wreck there. 98 of Warren Young was trying to cover both lanes, and he came down to the bottom just a touch too late. You see Warren Young, David Mayo, Chris Bishop, Cam Patterson coming down pit road here. These guys might have been a few of the guys that think they're too close on fuel. Might be wanting to come down and top off on fuel here. Looks like Cody Moore, Justin Bell probably going full save mode. Yeah, you can hear Cody Moore. He's using the clutch. He's trying to save every little bit of fuel he can for the end of this thing. Looks like the only drivers that stayed out are Cody Moore, Justin Bell, Shane Fuller, Mark Parkhurst. Everybody else came down to top off on fuel. We're going to restart with about 4 to go, so it'll be really interesting to see if these 4 guys will have enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll have a quick chat with Cody Moore here, Mighty Donut Motorsports.
You have.
Cody, it's Jesse in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Little bit of a pit strategy call here. You and 3 others, the only drivers that stayed out, not take any fuel. Are you confident you're going to have enough, or is it really close right now?
Well, I was close enough that I think I would have made it if we stayed green. So I'm doing a bunch of extra fuel saving now. I think I'll be good through 1 green-white checkered, but if we get 2 or 3, I'm screwed. So I need this race to end here.
All right. Well, we'll see if your strategy pays off for you. It looks like you've got at least 2 teammates here with you, so I'm going to wish you luck here towards the end of this thing, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you much. Sounds good.
Yep. Cody Moore here, confident that he can make it to at least the finish of this thing if it finishes in regulation. You see him take the bottom lane here. Justin Bell takes the top. Shane Fuller chooses the bottom lane right behind Cody. Cody Moore, Shane Fuller, MDM teammates. These guys battled it out all season last year to decide the championship, with Cody Moore taking it. Shane is definitely no slouch though. So it'll be a really good finish here at the end. If we have multiple green-white checkers, it'll definitely hurt these 4 that stayed out, but we'll see if they can make it to the end here. Cody Moore, Justin Bell, row 1. Row 2, Mark Parkhurst, Shane Fuller. Row 3, David Mayo, Warren Young. Christian Taylor, Cam Patterson in row 4. Chris Bishop, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., row 5. Logan Physician, just back here hanging out by himself. You got a couple other guys there that were involved in that accident following, making their way back out. As everybody gets lined back up here to go back green flag racing at Daytona, we're going to have about a 3-lap shootout here towards the end, provided no cautions. Should be a dandy time. Lights are off the pace car coming out of turn 4. You're going to see him dip down into pit road. Your control car for this restart, possibly the final one, is going to be Cody Moore in that 88 Mighty Donut machine there. Green flag is out. Cody Moore gets a good jump with Shane Fuller behind. Justin Bell doesn't get as good of a jump on the outside. Cody Moore, Shane Fuller, Warren Young on that bottom lane there. Warren Young's going to move up to the top lane in front of Justin Bell. Shane Fuller not able to move up, so him and Cody are going to stay on the bottom. Warren Young gets a good run here on the outside. He's getting a good push from Justin Bell behind as they go into turn 3 side by side. Coming out of turn 4, Cody Moore still getting a good push here from Shane Fuller. Cam Patterson and Warren Young touched doors there. They managed to keep it together and keep rolling. That was almost really bad there. But all that does is help Cody and Shane's advantage. David Mayo looking to the outside line here. See if he's going to have any help from anyone behind. They come out of turn 4 here. Cody Moore still going to be your race leader. Christian Taylor is making it 3 wide back here, farther back in the field. Warren Young moves up in front of him. Warren Young's now on the outside of Dave Mayo. As you see Cam Patterson, Logan Physician move up. 2 to go here in the Donut Box Xfinity Series. Darin Mayo Memorial 275. This is where it starts to get spicy. You see Tony Osborne going around. 81. Jimmy McIntyre Jr. got into a back bumper and turned him around. Tony Osborne still rolling here. Let's go back and see what happened to him here. Let's get a good camera angle for this here. as they're coming out of turn 2 here. The 81 is giving him a push. He has nowhere to go because he caught up to the back end of Shane Fuller. Looks like Christian Taylor was slightly involved in that one. Let's take a look from on board. Yeah, just slight contact there. His car looks to be fairly fine. As we look at your leader right now is the 38 of Cam Patterson. Right behind is Cody Moore, followed by Shane Fuller, Logan Physician, and David Mayo round out your top 5. See several guys coming to pit road there. As we are going to have our first green-white checkered finish. This is probably the last thing that Cody Moore and Shane Fuller and those folks that stayed out on the last caution wanted to see, because now they're going to be really close on fuel here for the end. They've been on track for 26 laps now without having a pit stop. So, you know, they're going full fuel save at this moment. Cam Patterson is one of your drivers that did pit and top off on fuel, so he should be good to go for the end here. But we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back for this green-white checkered. As you see our drivers choose the line they'll be restarting in for this green-white checkered restart here. Cam Patterson, Logan Physician, first 2 cars on the outside. Shane Fuller, Cody Moore, teammates, first 2 cars on the inside. Both Shane and Cody have not pit in a very long time. You see them going down to the apron there, taking the shortest way around the track, trying to save as much fuel as they can. Hoping to have enough for the end here. If there's another caution, they might be short on fuel, but they, according to Cody, they might have just enough to make it one more restart here. Again, I'd like to thank everybody who's tuning in tonight to watch the first race of Season 2 of the Donut Box Xfinity Series. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Make sure to like and subscribe as we think of David Mayo and his family. Lights are off on the pace car. Cam Patterson in that 38 Red Bull Ford Mustang. He's going to be your control car going into the restart zone. as you see the field come off of turn 4. Will Cody Moore, Shane Fuller, Mark Parkhurst have enough fuel to make it to the end? Pace car is off. Cam Patterson leads the field into the restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is back out here at Daytona. Cam Patterson, Cody Moore just about even coming across the line. Logan Position gets to the back of Cam Patterson first. Gives him a shove out towards the lead. Side by side in turn 1 with 2 laps to go here. Still got several cars in this race that have a chance to win this thing. Still side by side out front coming towards the white flag. Cam Patterson, Logan in position on that top lane. Cody Moore, Shane Fuller on the bottom. Across the stripe for the white flag. This race is official. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. If there's a wreck after this, it isn't going to matter. Still side by side for your lead right now. This is some intense stuff here. Oh, Christian Taylor gets a little sideways there. He's spinning. They're wrecking in the back. You've got about 5, 6, 7 cars that have a chance still at this thing. Cody Moore. Shane Fuller's around. It's down to 5. 5 cars with a chance to this thing. Cody Moore blocks Cam Patterson. Let's see if anyone else can get the run to the line here. Cody Moore still leads off of turn 4. Cam Patterson looks to the inside. Cody blocks. Cam looks to the outside. Cody Moore wins by about half a car here at Daytona. He makes it back to back. He won the preseason race at Kentucky, and he brings home the first win of Donut Box Xfinity Series Season 2 here at Daytona. Rounding out your top 5, Cam Patterson, Logan in position, Warren Young, David Mayo. Bringing home top 5 tonight. Followed by Tony Osborne, Mark Parkhurst, Bill Sleep, Christian Taylor, and Shane Fuller. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with driver interviews. Alrighty, let's go ahead and chat with our 3rd place finisher tonight, Logan Physician.
If I do that.
Logan, it's
Hello.
Jesse up in the booth. You got me, man?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man. Congrats on the podium finish tonight. You bring home 3rd place with your teammate Cam getting a P2. You were close to getting the win in that thing. How's it feel?
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, 3rd sucks. I'd much rather be sitting in victory lane right now. Me and Cam were really thinking. I'm not sure if you figured out in the booth, but it turned into a fuel mileage race. And when that last regulation caution came out, it kind of saved me in a way because I still had my fast repair. And me and Cam were really thinking Cody and Shane were gonna run out. And we said to each other, gloves are off. And once we get to the white flag. And I tried to push him as long as I could. I went for an opportunity to try and get the win, thinking Cody was going to run out, and I unfortunately costed Cam the win. Probably, obviously, we'll never know. But we're really happy. Two podiums to start off the season is great, and I'm sure the points are going to be looking great.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some stage points in there tonight, along with a really solid finish here at the end. You got any shout outs you want to make before I send you back down?
Shout out to my teammate Cam Patterson, of course. We worked together great all night, and the thing that keeps me running, NOS Zero Sugar. I'm not sponsored, but I'm sponsored, so we'll go with that.
You're not sponsored with any money, but you're sponsored in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It was good chatting with you. Congrats again on the P3, starting off the season strong, and I look forward to talking to you in future races, man. You have a good night.
You too.
We'll send Logan back down and bring his teammate right up, Cam Patterson. Let's hear his thoughts.
Wait.
Cam, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, bringing home P2, getting you a podium finish to start off the season. How's it feel tonight?
It feels pretty good. It was close in those closing laps. It was nice to have a teammate behind me, but we both agreed like white flag drops, it's gloves off. You know, whoever wins it wins it, and if we disagree with something, we can just move on from it. So I was expecting to have a pretty close battle, but then going into turn 2, the trap behind me sort of just fell off, and so Cody was able to get that good block. But overall, good race, good progress. I had a good time. First points racing that I've done in this league, and I gotta say, pretty good first impression. I like how it all works. It's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You had a really strong race tonight. Ended up out in front a couple of times and bringing home second tonight. You got any shout outs you'd like to make?
Obviously, to my teammate Logan Physician, it's always great racing with him. Always great having him on the track with me, and Cody Moore for hosting this league and allowing us to come out here and meet each other and race with each other and just have a good time. It's really fun.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the P2, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, man.
That was Cam Patterson there, finishing second tonight. And it's time to talk to your race winner here. The silly goose who's deciding to go live in his Discord chat when he knows he's about to get dragged up. Let's bring him in anyways. Cody Moore, your P1 finisher tonight. Cody, how's it feel?
I honestly can't believe we went back to back in the Xfinity Series here at Daytona. I made 2 bad calls that screwed my teammates, and I hate that. But I am proud to have brought it home and put on a pretty good finish, hopefully for the broadcast.
Absolutely, man. You kind of had a sneaky race. You weren't really up front for a whole lot of it, and then there at the final stage, you were up front for most of it. So a really good race by you. And I'm guessing you didn't have enough gas to even do a burnout, did you?
No, I crossed the line with .077
Oh.
gallons left. It was sputtering as I got past the line. I couldn't even make it back. I had to have a teammate push me around to the start finish line.
Oh man. Well, you managed it perfectly. If there was another yellow, you would have had to come down pit road and probably cost you your chance to win this thing. So, amazing strategy call and fuel saving by you. Before we get out of here, do you have any shout outs you'd like to make tonight on the stream?
Absolutely. Huge shout out to all the MDM boys. I know we didn't get the finish we deserved, but we were damn dominant for most of this race. You guys were all running in the top 5 for a good portion. I'm sorry that it didn't end up how you guys deserved for it to end up. Once again, to the Mayo family, thoughts and prayers with you all. Please know, David, if you ever need anything, the league's got your back. You've been a good, strong member for us, good friend, and hopefully we can repay the favor in any way you need. Thank you to you for broadcasting. Thank you to everyone who came out tonight. It was a pretty clean race considering it's Daytona. A couple more wrecks than last year, but it's also a bigger field than last year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it was a really good race. A lot of clean side by side racing, and like you said, a couple wrecks, but nothing too egregious. But congratulations on the win. You won the championship in season 1, starting off season 2 just as strong. Cody Moore is your season 2 opener winner here at Daytona. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for our show tonight. Thank you for everybody that tuned in tonight. And as we get ready to sign off the show here, we're going to have one more moment of silence in memory of David Mayo's brother, Darin Mayo, after the Darin Mayo 275 here at Daytona.